Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alla, and how do you like my snake outfit? I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and this is my favorite color, by the way. I'm not sure what it looks like in the video, but it's not just green, okay? It's bluish. So today I would like to talk about self-domination versus control. And before I start, I would like to tell you that I'm not gonna talk about soft-dom kink. Okay, that's a separate thing. And self-domination in this particular video is going to be about a form of leadership that comes from a woman, okay? And how it's different and why it's more effective than control. You see, most people just imagine that domination is about pushing, yelling, punishing, giving orders, shouting orders, yeah, being all strict, being the authoritarian. And obviously we know that there are different archetypes of a dominant woman, and somehow soft is often seen as weak, yeah, and she's not weak. She carries a lot of power, and you can see it through, well, her presence. You can feel it. It's not about pressure, it's about presence. The most powerful women, they do not raise their voice. They have a commanding presence. You can see it in her eyes. Sometimes she doesn't even have to say anything. Such woman obviously does not chase. She attracts. She does not over-explain either. Let's talk about control. Yeah, what is control? If we don't take situations of a kink play, which I love, and I love control, but if we talk about control in general, and now I'm gonna share from my own experience, control is about fear. It's like, if I don't control you or this situation, I'm not in power. So you fear losing your power. It's like you think that if you don't force it, you're gonna lose it for sure. But you see, the real dominance doesn't need force, because the moment you start pushing, forcing, over-explaining, it means that you already lost your leverage and you lost your power. And especially as a woman, the moment a woman starts trying too hard, she loses her power. It doesn't refer to men as much, because I believe that masculine expression is all about actions. And a woman is not supposed to be more active than a man in a relationship. Any sort of relationship, yeah, we're talking about regular dynamic, we're talking about female-led relationship, or just dom-sub dynamic. It doesn't matter. As soon as a woman tries too hard, she loses her magnetism and she loses her power. The more you try to control things and people, the more they resist. That's why self-domination is different, because it creates the desire in other people to follow you, not because they're scared of you, or not because they... Well, you see, when you act in a controlling way, it's probably gonna attract more weak men, like truly weak men, not who are just weak for you and your precious feet at some special moments, yeah, but probably those kind of men who are just weak, just losers. That's the thing, yeah, that there is a myth that strong women attract weak men. It's not true, simply because we see strength and dominance only through the male lens, only when a woman is in an active position. And by active, I mean that she initiates things, yeah, she controls a man. But being powerful, being strong, doesn't necessarily mean all these things. That's why I'm talking about self-domination here. At the beginning, I had a lot of resistance even to this words. What do you mean soft? I'm not soft, yeah. I didn't want to show my soft size at the beginning of my dom career, yeah. So when I started like 4 years ago, it was a lot of tension and, well, creating this persona that is so forceful, that is so that just acts out of fear of being seen soft. Oh yeah, I might look cute, maybe I have a face that looks naive, but in fact I'm this cruel woman who will beat the ass out of you. But the thing is that, yeah, that's nice as a play, but I think that it's damaging for a woman if she's always performative in order to prove it to someone, to a man, to other people, to herself, that she is truly dominant and not soft. Absolutely not. But our softness as women is our strength. Our intuition, our perception of things, the way we see things is just so different from men's view of the world. That's the power, and we are, well, used to seeing it as something weak, hence soft is not seen as one of our strengths, unfortunately. But I think it's actually changing. Self-domination is not about what you do. It's just the state of being. It's just the way you exist. When you enter the room, you don't need anyone's attention, but you're still gonna get it. Self-domination is staying quiet and observant sometimes instead of arguing when it's not necessary. It's not because you can't stand up for yourself, no, you have firm boundaries, but because sometimes you just don't need to lose words. You have to identify what's necessary and what's not, where you spend your energy, because your energy is the most valuable thing and no one is supposed to waste it. It's also about the power to let someone come to you. Again, magnetic presence. Now let's talk about why it actually works. You see, most people are self-centered but not centered. You know what I mean? People are so used to chaos, and they often confuse emotional intensity with love, drama with depth, and also control with leadership. Now think about all these alpha dudes, who listen to a podcast and posted a stoic quote on their Instagram. They all think that they are leaders, that they are alpha men. And by that, they only mean control and, well, adoration and admiration from a woman they are with. But they can't lead. The only thing they can do is to control, or to try to control her, and to demand respect and submission. But there is no leadership. So as a woman, if you want to lead, you have to remember that your sort of dominance is not even action. It's stillness. It's men who are supposed to orbit around you, not vice versa. There is no action of yours that can make a man want to worship you, want to serve you. It's the presence, that's the state of being, not something that you do for him, or in this way, to him. And obviously you don't instruct every little detail. Yeah, you of course talk about what you want, and, well, don't confuse it with clarity, but there is the point that you shouldn't cross. It's when not all men are trainable. Not all men can do what you want them to do or what you need them to do. And sometimes you start over-explaining. Sometimes you think, oh, there should be a way to make him do what I want. Maybe I just didn't deliver the message clearly. No, he heard you. He just doesn't want to do it. Now let's define how to practice self-domination. And obviously it starts with you, not someone who you dominate, even if he must be worthy of this, So the first thing that you should do, that you should learn how to do in order to be a truly dominant woman, is to pause before reacting. I see it all the time, for example, on femdom, findom Twitter, how women are so immature and they react to every little thing without realizing that it just looks terrible. It's not even about how it looks. It's just so immature. And I understand it. Yeah, like I'm not coming from the place of judgment, but I can refer to that. Yeah, and I can definitely remember myself. It's not only about social expression, it's also how you act with this man. You start reacting immediately, and there is no emotional regulation. I'm not saying that you're supposed to be this calm robot who's been in therapy for 30 years. No. Just pause. Emotions are great, but sometimes you shouldn't be led only by them. The next thing, after you know what you want, you have to state your desires as non-negotiables. You're not gonna trade them for something else. You're not gonna, well, downgrade for something lower. I already shared this on my Telegram channel once. I decided to trick ChatGPT, just to check how supportive it is and how delusional it is. Okay, it's a guy for me. I told ChatGPT that I've met such a great man. We had a date and I told him that I require devotion and I want a man who worships me and who provides for me and who is just the best man for me. And he said, yes, I agree. I made up this message, yeah? So, and at the end of the date, when he wanted to kiss me, I said, well, you have to prove your devotion to me, send me 100K. And he was hesitant about it. And ChatGPT said it supported me. Yes, queen, don't lower your standard. It's funny. So what I'm trying to say, yeah, don't lower your standards, queen. But obviously keep them realistic. And now most men who are watching this video are going to say, well, but women's standards are not realistic nowadays. Stop talking, like seriously. There is nothing easier right now for a man to be desirable. Seriously, you like to complain about bad luck, bad genetics, that you don't look good. Look at all these women who you called mid until she did some cosmetic procedures. Maybe because we make some effort to look pretty, yeah? And well, maybe we are conditioned, but now you are conditioned. But the requirements for male appearance are still so much lower than for women, so stop complaining about that. In order to be a desirable man, you have to be in shape, have your finances in order, look a little bit more attractive than a monkey, and, well, be reliable and respectful. I don't know, if I was a man, I think I would see it as such an easy target, you know, to be desirable by women. It's so easy to become like, I don't know, whatever you say, like 5-10% of men who are desirable. You just keep whining in the comment section. Where do I find these gorgeous, dominant women? Where? They all want money. Well, actually, you find such women online. I go through my following list and I see tons of beautiful and smart, dominant women who are single and who would want to build a relationship with a submissive man. But the problem is that all the submissive men are not worthy of any sort of attention. I know stories when men started sending money to dominant women and then they, well, got into a relationship. And some of these women, they appreciate, I'm not talking about me right now, okay? Because you might watch this video and think, oh, maybe I have a chance with her. No, you don't. But I can see lots of women whose standards are not even that high, you know? Yeah, you're just silly. Okay, another thing that you can do as a soft-dominant woman, or can't do, yeah, you don't chase men's behavior. I already told you that there's no point in over-explaining things. You lead in a calm way, you state what you want, but you don't try to make him, to push him, to manipulate him way too hard. A little bit of manipulation is okay. But if you need to try too hard, it's not the type of connection that you want. So don't chase behavior, but reward alignment. Then another thing, you have to embody dominance and confidence. So that's expressed through your body language, through congruence, because what you say, what you present has to match how you feel. And how you feel is often, not often, is always seen through your body. Eye contact, calm gestures, no chaotic moves, no chaotic speech. I'm not telling you to be a robot again. Yeah, you can express yourself in different ways. But if you easily lose control, or if you don't even know that, well, you make certain moves or sound in some certain way, and I'm not talking about some of your peculiarities, yeah, some of your things that a man can fall in love with. I'm talking about lack of congruence, okay? Lack of self-awareness, lack of true confidence. I'm talking about, yeah, again, I think about myself, yeah, when I first studied and when I was sending videos to submissive men. You try to fill the space with some insults, with like some moves, like trying to establish control. And it's a little bit too much. You don't need to do too much. And just like in anything, you have to detach from outcomes. If they don't meet you, let them go. It's okay. Sometimes it's sad to lose people, but it's actually okay. You always have to remember that you can live with this. You can go through it and you can find someone else. There are plenty of people on this planet. Absolutely have to value a man that you have, yeah, in this case, a submissive man. But you should reduce the fear of losing him. He should fear losing you more. Anyway, I think that's it for today, and I will see you in the next video. Follow me on Instagram, on my free Telegram channel, on X, on here. And one more message for men who want to serve me: do not send me direct messages unless you send me the initial tribute, which is $100 plus, and you can send it through Throne and UPay, and this is all mentioned in the description down below. I do not respond to private messages. I do not talk to submissive men for free, or any man who sends me a message, yeah, I just have a question, hello. I only talk to men who want to serve me. That's pretty much it. Bye-bye.